noong Sabado po, nawalan ng malay ang Lyceum of the Philippines University o LPU Pirates basketball player na si JM Bravo matapos pong magkauntugan nitong si Renzo Abiera mula po sa Arellano Chiefs player.
Lubhang ikinabahala po ng mga manonood at netizens ang nangyari. Lalo pa at sa tingin nila, mali daw po ang ginawang first aid ng kapwa player ni Bravo sa kanya, kung saan inalog-alog ang ulo niya habang siya ay walang malay.
Ano nga po ba ang nangyari kay Bravo at paano nga ba ang tamang first aid po sa mga insidente na tulad po nito?
Para po tulungan tayong maintindihan kung ano ba talaga ang nangyari at kung ano mas mahalaga ang dapat gawin sa mga ganong klaseng sitwasyon. Makasama po natin ngayon ang Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation expert na si Doc Hubert Co. He's back. Hello, Doc.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Good morning,
Hi,
Doc.
good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me back. Good morning. So, dito sa mga napapanood natin video sa social media, we can actually see na yung ulo, nagkaroon ng head-to-head collision si JM dun sa isang player. Now, as you can see, immediately after the impact, nakikita mo na nawalan siya ng malay or probably may nababasa din ako na nagka-seizure pa nga siya.
Yes.
So, this is what we call a head concussion or also what you can call mild traumatic brain injury. So ano pong nangyayari? Ang head concussion kasi is any trauma to your head. Pag tinamaan ka sa ulo, both direct and indirect trauma, nagkakaroon tayo ng mga metabolic changes sa utak natin. Sometimes, on a cellular level, na-overwhelm yung brain natin. So it ceases to function. So ito yung mga nararamdaman natin, nawawala ng malay, nahihilo, nasusuka, sumasakit yung ulo. So these are just some of the symptoms. Now, dito naman sa mga head injury, there is about 10% chance, 10% of the time, doon ka lang na nawawalan ng malay. Now, para naman doon sa first aid, yung nakita natin sa video na inaalog po ang kanyang leeg, it's actually very, very wrong. Hindi po natin dapat gagawin yon. In fact, we should have done yung opposite. So, in my opinion, kasi I'm covering for the Filipino-Chinese Amateur Basketball Association and Qingyan Association. So, most of the time, kami yung nakabantay sa court pag may mga injuries na ganyan. So, what do we do? Siyempre, sa basketball, hindi mo maiwasan na the players, ibebenta nila yung foul. Kailangan nila ibenta yung foul. So, there is a very thin line between ibebenta nila yung foul and talagang na-injure sila. So, what we normally do is we wait for the referee to call the shots, to call us na, uy, may problema na talaga, puntahan nyo na yung player. So, when that happens, pag may mga nawalan ng malay sa court, what we usually do is you have to give them space para makahinga siya ng maayos. You have to make sure that the patient is actually breathing, the player has actually a pulse, and to make sure na walang added impact sa kanya. Hindi siya matatamaan, na safe siya dun sa paligid. Number 2, you wait for the medic to come. Kailangan kasi ma-check nila yung vital signs and everything, kung responsive siya or hindi. And then after that, pag nakita na nila, then they will stabilize the cervical spine, they will stabilize the body, ita-transfer siya sa stretcher bago siya dalhin sa ambulance. So doon tayo magpa-further testing afterwards. So, moral of the story, huwag niyong aalugin yung player, just let him be and wait for the medics to come. So, yun yung kailangan dapat ginawa.
So, in any situation, kapag tayo po ay bumagsak sa ground, whether we got hit on the head or not, if we lose consciousness, the first thing we should do is to leave the person alone.
Leave the person alone and ask for help.
Ask for a medical professional to attend to him.
Yes. You always ask for help muna. Either you call an ambulance or you call a medic within the area. Hindi mo talaga siyang pwedeng galawin. Kailangan mo i-make sure. Kasi, for example, dun sa video, makikita mo yung head-to-head collision.
Yes.
And on the background, the player actually had a spinal problem a few months before or a few years before. So you have to make sure that after the collision, hindi mo naman masabi na, ay, baka tumama yung leeg, baka nagkaroon ng cervical spine fracture. And pag ginalaw mo siya, probably lumala yung fracture, pwede siya mag-spinal cord injury or hindi siya makakalakad afterwards. So those are the things that you have to do. You have to protect the patient all the time.
Okay. Kasi po, ang sabi nung kanyang teammate, parang, because they're very, very close, and as a matter of fact, kawawa talaga tong teammate na to because his motives naman were very good.
Yes.
Ang kanyang intention is really to revive his teammate that he parang considers practically like a brother. Kaya sabi nga niya, to his defense, sabi niya parang, si John Barba, sabi niya, parang ano ba naman ang ire-react nyo kung makita mo rin yung parang kapatid mo na hinimatay. So, for Arcadas, pag nakaranas sila ng ganitong klaseng situation, Doc, ano pong maipapayo ninyo sa kanila? Kasi parang, yes, your intentions are good, but then, it might make matters worse.
Yes. Now, such as the NCAA or mga UAAP, they actually have medics on call. Nandyan lang sila. You always wait for medics to come or doctors to come to help you out. Actually, sa akin, it's best that you don't do anything if you don't have a medical background. You call the person in charge, you call the medics, and ask them to come and help. I think that would be the best thing to do.
Ang sinabi kasi nila, wag hayaang matulog yung patient kapag nakaranas ng ganito, Doc.
Totoo ba yun?
Well, for this case, nakita natin na may traumatic brain injury yung pasyente. Actually, part of our criteria, we actually use the SCAT, Sports Concussion Assessment Tool 6. We actually look at the patient's response. Titignan natin kung nag-amnesia siya, nahihilo ba siya, nasusuka ba siya, sumasakit ba ulo niya, or nag-iiba yung ugali niya, or nag-a-agitate pa siya. Actually, those are the things that we want to see on a normal basis. Hindi natin pipilitin siya magising. Kung inaantok siya, ibig sabihin, baka there is something going on up there. And probably it might warrant several tests such as a brain CT scan. So sa akin kasi, it is important that hayaan mo lang siya and it is recommended that you let the patient rest for 24 to 48 hours. Kung gusto niya matulog, hayaan mo siya matulog and it will be part of our assessment to see na antok-antok ba siya or normal na siya. So, it is actually better that you observe lang.
I remember, Doc, some time ago, nung super active pa si Manny Pacquiao fighting, they would say na parang after a fight, they would not let him sleep until after a certain number of hours. Tama po ba yung ganong klase? Because parang assuming that he's taken a lot of blows to the head because kagagaling lang niya sa isang boxing match. Is this something that you actually, as a medical professional, advise people kung nagkaroon sila ng trauma to the head, wag matulog?
Actually, it is a very, very wrong approach, to be honest. Kasi after a brain injury, like what I mentioned, after a concussion, kung si Senator Manny na-knockout siya, tapos nawalan siya ng malay. Di ba, I mentioned earlier that your brain undergoes biomechanical processes or on a molecular level that nasa-shutdown yung function ng brain mo. And this time, you want him actually to have some rest. Kailangan magkaroon siya ng time to recover. And if you deprive him of sleep, then it's not gonna happen. So, mas matagal ang recovery time.
Okay. So, ano po ang wala tayong paunang lunas para sa mga kada natin. Halimbawa, let's veer away from this basketball match and let's take it to the home. Kapag halimbawa, yung mga elderly natin kasama sa bahay, and usually this is the case, di ba? They slip in the bathroom, they hit their head. Sometimes, what is the first thing we should do, Doc?
Well, if a patient falls down, sabihin natin natamaan yung ulo, or usually kasi as much as possible, you don't try to move the patient.
Kahit nasa bathroom siya.
Pag nasa bathroom siya, kasi kung wala kang medical experience, wala kang background, hindi mo alam na dapat stabilize mo yung head, yung leeg. Dapat pag tina-transfer mo siya, sabay-sabay ang leeg sa katawan at sa mga limbs.
Okay.
So once you disrupt that, and hindi natin alam na kung baka nagka-fracture ba siya sa leeg or dito sa thoracic spine, and nagalaw mo siya, lumala yung fracture, it might actually cause more harm.
So, iwan na lang muna natin sila sa bathroom.
And call for help.
And call for help.
Yes, that would be the most ideal
Kailangan
situation.
talaga pigilan natin ang ating mga sarili from trying to help if we're not an actual doctor.
But the only time I will recommend you to move the patient is kunwari, sabihin natin nahulog siya, tapos malalaglagan siya ng heavier objects. Ibig sabihin, in danger siya after the accident. Then you move the patient. Pero otherwise, you call for a medical professional to help you out.
What if dun sa isang case naman na gising si patient, tapos sasabihin niya, ay okay lang ako, siya mag-isa niyang tumayo. Anong gagawin ng mga kada natin kapag gano'n naman yung case?
As much as possible, kung kahit na kaya niyang tumayo, kahit na nakakalakad pa siya, you ask him to rest. you observe the symptoms, tignan mo, pag nagre-regress siya, kasi for example, pag tinamaan tayo sa ulo, nagdudugo yan sa loob. And it does not increase immediately. Gradual po yung pagdami ng dugo sa ulo. And pag once sobrang dami na ng dugo na natrap sa utak natin, it will cause symptoms such as nahihilo na, nasusuka na, naiipit kasi yung brain natin sa loob. So it will cause more difficulty for the patient and more symptoms.
So, i-observe lang siya for a day.
Usually, observation, we give it mga 2 weeks.
Wow.
More or less 2 weeks.
So,
Yes.
naka-confine po yan?
Not necessarily. Sa amin kasi, that's why we strongly do not recommend na gisingin yung pasyente kasi we want to observe the patient for symptoms like that. Na hindi ba siya magising, agitated ba siya, nagkaka-amnesia pa siya. Kasi pag lumalala yung drowsiness ng pasyente, ibig sabihin, nagbi-build up yung dugo sa ulo. Pag nagbi-build up yung dugo sa ulo, ibig sabihin, lumalala siya and it warrants medical management or probably surgical as well.
Naalala
So,
ko lang
not
kasi,
out of the woods pa tong player na to.
Oo.
Because although he was already discharged from the hospital, they should still, he should still be under monitoring.
Oh.
Doc.
So, for this specific patient, actually, papasok siya sa criteria na it's considered as a head concussion or what you call a mild traumatic brain injury. So, even though nag-CT scan sila, wala sila nakita sa CT scan, you still want to monitor the patient. The resting period should be 24 to 48 hours. This is actually the recommended guidelines. Between 24 to 48 hours, pahingain mo lang yung pasyente. After 24 to 48 hours, titignan mo kung kaya niya na. For example, is he able to do his usual daily activities? Kaya niya bang maligo, kumain, na wala siyang naramdaman na simptomas such as nahihilo, sumasakit ulo, or nagkaka-amnesia, and then you slowly progress it. The next time, pwede na siya mag-start ng very light aerobic exercise to moderate intensity. Pag within 24 hours na ginagawa niya yun, tapos wala siya naramdaman na sintomas, then he can actually slowly progress it. But as of right now, I would strongly recommend we observe the patient muna.
So again, mga kada, ito po ang mga ilang sintomas ng concussion, Doc. Baka you wanna go through it one by one para lang malinaw. Pananakit ng ulo is one.
So, the symptoms of concussion, actually, sumasakit ulo. Like what I mentioned, nawawala ng malay, but it only happens 10% of the time.
Doesn't mean you don't have you're not concussed kung hindi ka nawala ng malay.
Yes, but we've seen patients actually, okay siya for the first 24 hours, biglang nag-regress siya. So that's the time, nagpapa-CT scan na kami sa hospital.
Okay.
So other symptoms, nahihilo, dizziness, yung tipong nasusuka ka kahit wala ka naman kinain, or very agitated yung pasyente, talagang nag-iba yung ugali. Those are the symptoms, and amnesia.
Okay.
I think those are some of the symptoms.
All right. And if they get those symptoms, they should automatically go to the hospital.
Yes.
Diba, Doc?
Yes.
And get a CT scan ba? Is
Well,
the usual procedure?
Not all the time. Actually, there was a guideline produced by the Canadian Association, sa mga Head Concussion Association. They found out that not everyone needs a CT scan. If you want to do a CT scan, you're looking for bleeding sa utak. Ibig sabihin, namumuo yung dugo sa utak. But if nakita mo naman na yung pasyente very stable, hindi naman nagre-regress, hindi lumalala yung amnesia, hindi naman siya drowsy, then CT scan might not be actually warranted.
Okay.
Yes.
Basta, just go to hospital, they will know what to do with you.
Yes. Oo.
Diba? Kasi nandun na yung mga professional.
sila nang bahala.
Oo.
Yes.
Importante, wag nang lumala pa ang sitwasyon.
So siguro now, we should straighten some things out,
Yes.
no, tungkol sa mga nalalaman ng ating mga kada about concussions. Let's figure out kung alin ba sa mga nalalaman natin or mga
Or ginagawa pala natin, kung tama ba yung
or
ginagawa.
napaniwalaan natin
Oo.
kung alin ang fake at ano ang fact.
Yes. Sasabihin mo lang, Doc, kung fake or fact itong mga babanggitin namin. Simulan natin dito. Sabi ay, kurutin, sampalin, ialog ang taong hinimatay para magising. So yung alog check na kurutin, sampalin. Fake.
Fake. Wag na wag yung aalugin yung pasyente afterwards.
Kinurot-kurot pala yung
Kinurot pa siya.
Oo, just
Same lang din yun.
calm down.
Oo.
Calm down lang po.
Pwede siguro i-check ang pulse ko.
Pulses, yung paghinga.
okay lang.
Ba't huwag nyo na kuritin, kawawa na nga eh.
Nahimatay na nga eh. Huwag nyo nang dagdagan pa. Okay, fake.
Fake
Next,
daw
Mama
yun.
P.
Paamuyin ng ointment o lagyan sa ulo at dibdib ang taong hinimatay para magkamalay. It's a fake.
Oh.
Bakit, Doc? What's wrong with that?
Well, sometimes we have what you call placebo effect. Parang most of the time, lahat naman ng mga sakit gumagaling eventually. Ang iniisip natin as Filipinos, if we apply something, gumagaling yung pasyente. Where in fact, it doesn't do anything at all. Oo. Wala naman siyang benefit, but I don't see any harm done naman as well.
Okay. Halimbawa yung, di ba meron tayong mga kadang hinihimatay, tapos binibigyan ng ammonia in order to revive them. This is a different matter.
Yes, but I think wag na lang talaga. As much as possible.
Maghunos dili na lang kayo.
Yes.
Pwede. Okay, next. Para maging conscious, hilutin ang leeg, ulo, paa at kamay. I think we already discussed that. It's a fake.
Ito rin na i-discuss. Ito na lang. You can return to play as soon as you feel okay after concussion.
Fake pa rin. Oo. Lahat naman ito parang nasabi na ni Doc, we're just trying to talagang clarify na mali pong mga behavior itong mga nakaugalian na natin in the past na gawin.
Yung mga usual na paamoy.
Hilot. It's actually a lot worse pag hinilot mo yung pasyente.
Hilot. Why, Doc?
Okay, now, I mentioned earlier na pag nagka-head injury or kahit spinal injury, nahulog na dapa, you don't know, you don't have an x-ray on your eyes. Hindi mo alam kung nabalian ba siya ng buto, nagka-fracture pa siya. And in fact, in our clinic, we usually see patients na nagpahilot na, then lumala pa yung fracture na maga-lalo or sometimes nagka-infection pa after. So ang suggestion ko, always go see a doctor, a medical licensed doctor. Kung kaya mo, you go to a rehab medicine specialist, an orthopedic surgeon, or probably a rheumatologist. Just to have it checked lang, just to make sure walang bali sa buto.
Ayun. Okay, mga kada, malinaw na malinaw po. Ang dapat nating gawin ay walang gawin.
Walang gawin.
At
Yun ang
tumawag
tama.
po ng medical help.
Yes, minsan kasi baka akala nila parang nakukonsensya sila kasi wala silang ginagawa dun sa pasyente. Pero yun po yung tamang gawin, yung wala talaga at tumawag na lang ng help. Kasi ayaw naman nating mas lumala pa yung nararamdaman or yung kung ano man ang meron ng pasyente. Anyway, thank you very much,
Thank
Doc.
you.
Doc, may gusto ka pang
maraming
dagdag?
salamat. We could have gotten a better resource person
Oh,
kasi
thank you
si
so
Doc,
much.
on staff pala siya sa mga basketball leagues.
Yes!
That is sa UAAP rin. Sa UST. Sa UST siya.
Okay.
Tamang-tama. Anyway, Doc, kung meron pa silang dadag katanungan, saan ka ba nila pwedeng mahanap or makontak?
Oh, so I do have a clinic in Banawe, Quezon City. It's what you call Health Hub Pro Clinic. And another clinic in Binondo, Manila. It's what you call Liberty Hall PT Clinic. You can call us or message us anytime if you want po. If you need help.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Maraming salamat,
Thank
Doc
you.
Hubert. At para po doon sa mga nagbabash naman kay John, itigilan na po natin ang pagbabash sa kanya. I think he just didn't know any better.
And out of impulse.
Out of impulse,
Yes.
and it was from a place of wanting to help. Unfortunately, it was the wrong kind of way of helping.
Yes.
Doc, maraming salamat
Thank
for your
you.
time this Monday morning. Sana po nalinawan ang lahat ng mga kada natin. Kanet 25, this is Pia Guanyamago. For more Kada Umaga updates, please click the subscribe button and follow us on Net25 social media pages at Net25TV and at Net25 Entertainment Facebook page. See you guys. Bye!